That is my introduction. Hello, Dr. Davis. How are you today?
Hi, guys. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited about being here. I am trying to fix my camera, so since I cannot be seen, I'll just put my logo back up. I don't know what happened. Because I'm actually working from home. So you know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So yes, you gave me such a wonderful introduction. So I basically just want to come and just put some information to you guys from a recent class that I just took for crypto with the IRS. Just some new laws, some new things they're working on, just how they're tracking everything, just how that process works. So you guys learned all about kind of what the NFTs are, what that information means. So now let's talk about what happens once you get this money and you get your wallet set up to where you're making money and you want to transfer money back and forth. So the IRS is typically just looking to see if anyone is trying to hide funds. That is their number one concern at this particular moment with crypto. They're on a new test pilot where they're trying to get the actual crypto servers, the actual Bitcoin, the actual NFT, actual server interchange data to report directly to them. And that is where they're having an issue. So the middleman is actually myself, and it would be your advisors. So we are actually here to make sure this stuff is reported properly, because it's all about telling the story. So if you're buying any crypto with your fiat, which is your regular currency, whether it's US, whether it's pesos, whether it's euros, when you're buying that currency that's crypto and you're swapping it out, that is not triggering a tax occurrence. But if you're taking money from your crypto wallet and converting it to fiat to currency, that is when the IRS would get that triggering alert. So what that would look like is I want to walk you guys through this whole process just so you guys can kind of know. What it would look like is the IRS would get flagged. They would allow you guys time to report that on your taxes. So I don't know if you guys notice now, but there is a new question on the tax returns that ask every single person, do you have any virtual currency? Because now the IRS wants to know, because in their mind, they're thinking that we're taking all of our money and putting it into crypto and in efforts to avoid taxes. So they're trying to get their piece of that actual money. But I'm here to make sure you guys don't overpay, because the IRS only has this one-sided vision to where, okay, we want to make sure we're not getting left out of, our cut on your income, because this is still considered income for you guys. So what would typically happen is once you start trading, I typically have my clients to set up a session with me or another crypto professional, long as it's somebody that's professional. Just like Amina said, I'm really big on getting good advice and correct advice, because there's a lot of bad advice out here. So as long as you have a professional and you guys are going through everything, you guys are looking at the amounts that are being traded, it's kind of an ongoing type process. So with that ongoing process, you would look at the trades to see if you're going over. So another important thing that I learned, the flag amount. So a lot of people are going to want to know, hey, well, Dr. Davis, what is the flag amount, or what amount normally triggers the IRS to kind of say, this person is trading crypto? So right now that flag amount is at 3K. 3,000. So right now, if you're kind of under 3,000, they're not necessarily looking for you, but I would want you guys to get into the habit of properly filing your virtual currency on your taxes, so that would be able to count for your income. I've heard a couple of, scary stories and a couple of mistruths about, how it kind of fluctuates and how you can be overtaxed and undertaxed. And that can be true. But again, again, having a professional and knowing the cost basis and the difference of which variation to take when it's time for taxes. That could cost you a big difference. If you get somebody that's not versed in the crypto laws, because I will tell you, they do change very, very frequently. Over the past 2 years, we've taken about maybe 6 different classes because the laws have been changing so frequently with the IRS. So you want to make sure when you're looking to ask the professional, hey, when was the last time you did crypto training, or what was the last time you did tax training for this, because it changes so much. And so with that being said, you want to make sure that you're looking at the correct percentage of what the IRS is, looking for right now. And right now, that's another question I wanted to get into as well. They are looking at crypto just the same as capital gains. So if you guys are familiar with investing, investing has a little bit different tax bracket rather than the 7%. I think it was like, last time I checked, it's like 8 something percent. I'll check it and get it to you guys. But that number does fluctuate within the years. So this is the tax rate that all capital gains at a certain amount start being taxed at. So they look at crypto as capital gain. But again, this would be something that professionals would know, and it's a case by case basis. So we would look at what our clients have and we would go over that. We would look at, how much your tax rate is and tell you exactly what amount you're taxed on. And you actually get to claim your losses as well. So that's another, caveat with having the crypto. You show us everything. So you show us your gains and your losses. Your losses can also be filed onto that actual return. So I know this is a lot of information, so I kind of want to take a little pause right here and just see, how you guys are feeling. If you guys had questions, if there's something you want to know more about, or something you guys wanted me to repeat, and we can kind of go from there.
I just want to say, because I think that what you said was so important about people, making sure you're working with someone who has recent updates and is paying attention. Kimberly, when was the last time you took a class on crypto?
The last time I actually took a class on crypto was last Monday. And I actually see a question right here in the comment. This is a really good one. I'm glad you asked that. She says she thought that crypto was deregulated. It was deregulated, but still it's income. So again, the thing that started this whole thing with the IRS was so crypto is not new. Let me let you guys know that. A lot of people think that it's something new. This has been around for a while. And the IRS has kind of had their eye on it. And so a lot of people took a lot of fiat regular paper money and took that money and transformed it into crypto to avoid the taxes. That is a big, big no-no. So that is what kind of was one of the first red flags to let the IRS know, to figure out kind of how to get their stakes and their claims on getting taxes for this actual, currency. So that's why we have so many classes, because I'm here to let you guys know. See, I have an independent firm. I do cases for them, but I work for the taxpayer. I like working for you guys because you guys don't know. So right now, they're trying to figure it out. Every year they change because it's not how they're trying to do it. It's not working. They're missing people. They're reporting stuff incorrectly. They're flagging people who are really not doing anything. So it's really right now a mess. So that was a really good question. That is what people like me are for. We're here to kind of have that buffer to explain to you guys what's going on and to explain to the IRS, like, hey, it's not what you think. This is actually what happened, and go from there. So you are right. This is something that's new. They started this round about 2019. They pushed it a little harder around 20. And this year, they're really letting us know, like, hey, if you got people that are trading more than 3,000, they're going to start getting letters as early as 2024. So this is something that they're working on and trying to get now. And so, like I said, I like to be there because in my class, I was the only Black accountant. It was 36 accountants. They were all white. I was the only Black person, and I was the only Black female. So it was very, very important for me to be in that room because they count us out a lot of times and they feel like we're going to be the ones that kind of not follow the rules. So hence is why I'm here and letting you guys kind of know what's going on. So yes, this is something new and they're starting it and they're trying to figure out more ways to checks and balance the actual information because just like you said, it's deregulated. So that's where they're having such an issue. And then let me know if that makes sense or did you need something else? And then I see 2 hands. So I think Miss Tanya, your hand was first.
Okay, in regards to crypto, I know you said over $3,000, but does it get trickier as the Gibby, turn it down? Does it get trickier as we have various like coins? Some people have like 2 and 3 places where they hold all their stuff. Is it better to like conform it all to like one wallet, or is it what as doing taxes, would it be more beneficial to have it like one place so that you guys can see what's going on? Because I have like 4 or 5 places and it's just a little here, a little there, but is it better to have, or, you know, not so much as better because that's a judgment, but is it more beneficial long-term to put it in one place, having it on this website? What do you, from your perspective in doing taxes? And if we plan on making this a long-term thing, what do you think?
That's a really good question, Miss Tanya. So yes, ma'am. No, you can actually have several wallets. We actually learned in a couple of our classes that diversification is key. So just as long as you have all of that information when it's tax time, so that way we can sort through it, get your credits for you, and make sure that it's all actually being reported properly. So in your case with the multiple wallets, what would happen then is we would check the basis. We would make sure that we're entering the proper basis that you paid for each coin and go from there. That's how we would make sure that the proper taxes are being placed and administered. And that it could be from each different wallet. There's no like particular rule that's saying you can have only so many wallets. So no, ma'am, you can have as many as you like. And then, we have a follow-up question. Let's see. I get that using money to buy crypto to open the door for the government gets involved. Does that mean they can be involved in everything that comes from buying? Yes. So, okay, basically what happens is anything that triggers the IRS, like let's say you take that crypto and you buy property or you buy anything with it, or if you buy like royalties or anything that's an asset, it won't so much trigger them into the asset part of it, but it just lets them know that that was a large sum of money or a substantial sum of money that was being used. So everyone won't get triggered. This is just typically how they're starting to set everything up. So it's basically being where they're going to kind of test pilot this. Right now, they're asking us, they're like, hey, if you have clients, that did cryptocurrency. And so typically me, what I do is I ask all of my clients and I have it on their sheet when they're doing their questionnaire to see if they did any trading and to see how much. Because for me, I don't want it to be a surprise. I want you guys to kind of know and be, steadfast to what, the rules are and what's going on. But I've been having everyone claim all of their crypto. What about using crypto to buy crypto? Oh, that's a really good question. Using crypto to buy crypto, if it's a certain amount. So this question was brought up in the last class I had last Monday. So as of right now, they're using this $3,000 and it's $3,000 yearly. So it's not $3,000 monthly, it's $3,000 yearly. And that's for one particular actually wallet. So they're using this actual model this year to see how it works. I actually think they're going to up the limit and they're going to move it to more. And so what happens when you do crypto to buy crypto, it's that same thing, but it's taxed a little bit differently. So instead of you getting the entire tax on the actual amount, you get a smaller tax for buying a different crypto. And if it's basically where you buy a crypto that's a larger basis amount, they take that larger basis amount. So this is how that could get a little bit tricky, but that is a really good question. I asked to seem to disrupt yes. And that's what the issue is, because the IRS is wanting to get, like I said, their part on this, because they're understanding that there is money to be made. And yes, it really does. And that's why reporting is correct. Because I had a client last year, she did about 200K in crypto trading. And they basically were trying to put on her income 400K, because they were trying to say that 200 that she actually used to trade was actually worth more in the crypto wallet. So we had to go in, we had to show her paperwork and her basis cost, because again, I don't want to scare you guys, but don't think the IRS is kind of like being nice about this. They're basically on some, okay, we know their income is being made here, so we still want this of our share. So that's kind of like how that's going. So that, again, that's what we're here for, to help you guys make sure you understand, or a little bit kind of understand, how the taxes is flowing with it so far. Let me know if that made a little bit more sense. And then I think we have one more question, PJ.
Hi.
Hi.
Just a bit of context. I am outside of the US, so this is an international related question. I'm just
no
one.
worries. I have 7 countries that I help, so that's fine.
Great.
I got you.
Great. So I am based in Trinidad and Tobago. Our
Okay.
exchange rate here is like 7 TT to 1 US.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if I were to get my account and invest in my crypto, what is the relationship between, because I don't think we have legislation here for that, right?
That's what I was about to say. I don't think you guys have.
Yeah, we don't have that yet.
Like,
I know we don't have that yet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that yet. So is there anything on the US end that could trip me up tax-wise that you're aware of?
Yes, and let me tell you what it is. So no, this way so you can know. So
Okay.
What's tripping up the international side so far that I've been seeing? So let me tell you a little bit of background. So my company, we do a large variety of different clients. So it's not just me. I actually have 4 CPAs, 5 bookkeepers, and 7 tax girls. So we kind of go in, we do a lot of different things. And some of our clients are travel nurses, and they are actually living abroad, and some of them are abroad. So I have a client that actually does trading in Barbados, and she was getting tripped up on large trading. So when I say large trading, I noticed that in 2020, she got a notice in the mail from the IRS, basically letting her know that by her doing 3 trades that were over the amount of 10,000, that, they wanted her to send in her trading statements, and also make sure that the 8843, that's a tax form that has to be included for your digital trading, was on her return. So they basically kind of let her know, like, hey, we noticed you did 3 large trades. Make sure this is on your taxes. So I've noticed that. So as long as you're kind of not doing super large trades at once, the US won't kind of say anything. And if they do, what you do in that situation is you follow through with what happened with the trade. So if you actually bought currency and you left it in the wallet, or if you converted it back to regular money, you just follow up that paper trail to let them know. Because what's happening is they're thinking they're missing out on money. Yes, 10K US dollars. Yes, ma'am. And then how does this work for digital assets? Oh, that's a really good question. So right now, they are not doing additional tax on digital access. So right now, your assets would be actually looked at as regular assets. So whatever tax bracket you would fall in for your actual assets, because there are different tax brackets, there are 4 different brackets, that is where you would be taxed at. And then let me see. I think
Thank you for that, Kimberly, because I've been seeing that with the digital assets where people have been talking about just not moving, like even though their digital assets have grown, they haven't moved any money, they haven't withdrawn anything, or they haven't because it's, kind of, it's a little bit outside of the vision of them.
Right. And so, yep, they would right now, they're not doing any additional tax on that because that was a concern. And that was something I thought they were going to attempt to do. Because just like you said, that's just sitting assets, and they just, right now they're asking about it and they're just having you report it. So digital assets are anything that you have. So like I have a client, she owns NFTs that are music related. So she has like royalties to particular songs, particular beats. She's an artist. And so in her digital assets, she has about maybe 20,000 worth of art, that type of thing that she has access to. Does the IRS have access to the crypto web pages? Yes. And what they're doing is they're trying to actually get a better reporting system. Right now, the actual pages and the actual systems, such as like Coinbase and Bitcoin, they're not complying. They're not following because they don't have to. So they're not going along with that actual standard. So that is what's leaving them a lot of room for error. And they're wanting us to go in, tell you guys kind of like what they're doing, what they're looking for. So yes, that's why I said they're changing it all the time because it's so new and they don't have any compliance to get anyone to actually give them the solidified information that they want. And I am looking to see if we have any more questions. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to let you guys know. I had some notes. Let me see. Okay, so we went through.
There's a question: is how do we protest?
How do we protest that, girl? Listen, I wish I knew because they're being greedy at this point. And it's like they're being nosy. It's basically them wanting to regulate something that they have kind of no stake in. It's just like I tell my clients that have the cannabis and marijuana industry. The taxes on those industries are so steep. That's one of the reasons why I feel like there was so many issues with them making it legalized because they had to figure out how to get their claim in it. Whenever the IRS can figure out how to get their stake on it, they're going to try to make it legal. So yeah, I definitely agree. And right now they're having so many issues trying to make these laws kind of come together. It's not really working. So for me, I want to make sure that you guys are not being triple or double taxed, because what they'll do is they'll try to regulate you and have you report this income. And if it's reported the incorrect way, or if you go to a tax person that's not, versed in crypto and not sure where to put this on your taxes, it can potentially be a big problem because crypto income and income that you made that's digital and digital currency has a little bit more difference than your actual income that's actually made through paper fiat. So that's another big thing that they're having an issue trying to separate as well. And that's the thing. That's what it is. They denied it so hard in the beginning, but now you guys want to have those rules and get the regulation started. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a question. I have 2 questions. One, so now I have my crypto card and I'm able to buy my groceries with cryptocurrency. Mm-hmm. I'm able to buy household supplies and business expenses with my crypto. Mm-hmm. This one first question is kind of twofold. Are these purchases going to be triggering IRS kind of awareness that I'm out here I'm not turning it into fiat. I'm turning it into dinner.
No, that's good. That is a really good question. No, right now, if they haven't changed anything, and like I said, this was last Monday. So I took a fresh course just because I knew I was coming here to talk to you guys. We have like these updates every quarter. So I was like, oh, let me just grab one really quick just so I can make sure nothing changed. And as of right now, they are not. So the only thing that's the biggest trigger right now is if you're, and it's three different things. It's if you're moving currency to fiat currency, if you're taking currency to make payments to partners, contractors, or other shareholders. If you're taking currency and you're holding it in avoidance of taxation. Like, let's say you got a big payout or a big bonus or a big settlement, and you're afraid that you're going to get taxed, and you move it over to crypto, that would be kind of those triggers. So anything else right now is not triggering. So business expenses, things that you're purchasing, those are not being triggered right now. And they're trying to figure out a way to get them triggered, but they can't. That's basically where they are.
I hope they never find that one, because that's my special mode.
I'd be on the call just like,
My second question is, so for like, I'm really trying to figure out, my goal in life is to not give them anything. I know that's impossible, so I'm trying to give them as least as possible. I am now abroad. And but my residence is not abroad, right? So I just shifted my personal residence to Texas because of the tax benefit.
Right.
I am though really still I'm looking at the idea of purchasing larger items but abroad, and I know there are some wallets that are not, necessarily connected to our social security number or anything like that. Are they, how closely are they monitoring that? Like if I have, and I don't, so this is just me dreaming into the future. If I have a foreign wallet that I'm able to buy a house or something overseas, how are they able to trace that? Because isn't that just me?
I love it. Y'all got good questions. This is a really good question. This was a question that somebody asked inside the actual meeting. Excuse me. So when we were in there, somebody asked a question about just real estate in general, because sorry, these sinuses are killing me, you guys. Ooh. Oh, I am so sorry.
The fake Georgia spring I got to release the kraken. Sorry for you.
Oh, I am back. Yes, girl.
If you're not sneezing, you're okay.
Yeah, I was sneezing.
Okay.
I was like, let me not subject them to all of this. Okay, I am back. Woo. Okay. So, what was I telling you guys? Real estate. So with real estate, they are trying to figure out how to get more wallets to where they can see the activity. Just like you said, there are wallets that does not have your social. So those wallets, they are having a tough time trying to trace. So you are absolutely right. So what happens in this case is when you purchase property, if it's purchased and there is no actual fiat way or your paperwork into when you do a home purchase that's included for your taxes, if it's not into the actual tax paperwork, that's what will make them ask questions. But the question that they will actually ask is how much currency was used to make this purchase. And when that question is asked, that is when, and then in turn, you basically don't have to enclose the actual basis. Well, I'm sorry, the actual current currency amount. You just have to enclose the basis amount at when you purchase the home. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like right now they're still shooting themselves in the foot because they don't have a way to verify anything but your basis amount. Does that kind of make sense?
It does make sense. And that's a beautiful, beautiful
That's
thing.
a beautiful thing right now. Yep. So that's why I have clients that I basically have that are in crypto that I kind of like to do tax planning for. So tax planning is having conversations, and I saw one of the participants say money management for the 1%. So that is what money management for the 1% looks like. They have these conversations. They talk all the time. So my clients that are high earners, they have my actual real phone number. They don't have my business number. They don't have my business cell. And they pay for this actual kind of connection where we talk every day because we have to talk about different things that are going on. So whenever you have an accountant or your lawyer, I tell all business clients this: if you're going to be a millionaire, you have to talk to your accountant and your lawyer every day. And you have to have more than one of each. So I have high profile clients where we have like 10 accountants on one team. So that is kind of what the money management looks like for the 1%. MEW wallet, should I keep it? Yes, that wallet would be great to keep. That is one of the wallets that right now the IRS is having an issue fully tracking. So that right there is fine. I still don't get it. No, it's okay, Miss Robin. That's what I'm here for. Do you have like a specific thing you want me to go over? Oh, Amina, do you have your hand up? Did I miss you? Did you have another one? Oh, okay. I didn't understand what she meant about property. Oh, okay. Let's back it back up. So basically, if you're buying property with crypto, if you're buying anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be property. If you're buying anything with crypto that's not attached to your social, that's in a wallet that is just not a really well-known wallet, or it could be a foreign wallet. Because I had a client that has a lot of crypto in her foreign wallet because she does services overseas. She's a travel nurse. So she instead gets paid in crypto. So she keeps everything in that wallet. So if she was to buy something with that money that's in that foreign wallet, it would not be tracked by the IRS. But if it was a big enough purchase, the IRS would ask questions about how much crypto or how much virtual currency was used in this purchase. And if they do ask that question, then you would use the basis cost. And 9 times out of 10, your basis cost is always different than what your crypto is, or what it will be when you're getting ready to buy something. So right now, that is where the good caveat comes in, because the basis cost is what they're looking at to tax. They're not looking, because at first they didn't have anything. They were just trying to tax what they saw when they looked. So when they look and whatever they see, that's what they were trying to tax. And that's not fair, that's unethical, and that's not how the process works. So it was people like me that kind of, got behind them and was like, hold up, wait, you can't do that. It has to be a better way for y'all to do that. Figure it out, because that way ain't gonna work. So that's why they're testing the basis right now to see how that would work. So let me know, Miss Robin, how was that? Okay, perfect. Yay. Okay. So yeah, guys, if you don't understand anything, please say something. I don't want you guys to be sitting here and this goes over your head or it's unclear, because that's what I'm here for. I want to break it down so you guys can understand and you guys can kind of,
I have another question. Folks will be a little shy. I have a question about accepting crypto for transactions and how that impacts the small business owner who's receiving crypto for services, for coaching services, or like, for you, if you got paid in crypto for your bookkeeping, how does that affect you financially?
Absolutely. That is really, really good. So if you accept crypto for your services, the only time that it would be taxed is if you take that crypto and you turn it into fiat currency. Yep. Because what's happening right now is they're trying to figure out a way to tax that, because they can't go in and they can't tax it because, yep, you guys did hear me correctly. So right now for services, only time that it will trigger it is if the cash if it's back and forth, or if you take it and you do something else with it to trigger. And remember, you can do any kind of purchases. No purchases would be actually, yes. So, yep, if you get paid in crypto. And so let me tell you, I have a client, she got paid in crypto. And what she did was, when it was time for her to do her taxes, she needed some of that income to show for her actual home purchase. So she took some of the crypto and she converted it into fiat cash, and she still claimed some of the crypto that was in her wallet. So understand this. If you guys are making the big dollars in crypto, you still want to claim it, and you want to do it smartly, so that way you have the less tax liability. So that's kind of what it's about. It's about just making sure you're moving smart with it, and knowing these things and these actual rules will help you guys move smart through it. So yes, that's very smart. Exactly. Yep. Knowledge is power.
Okay. So that brings me to this now feels like a build-up question, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling Kimberly. So here's the thing, right? So over here, now that I've left the confines of the US, all these people are accepting crypto for a variety of things, right? So I can pay my rent in crypto, and so I'm just trying to make sure, but I don't want to Lauryn Hill my way through this, right? I want to make
I get you.
If I get clients that are paying me in crypto, and then I give that crypto to my friend who is also my landlord, that's all like mythological money right now.
No, so what you typically would do is, when it's time for you to do your taxes, you would keep that log. So just how you do your logs, and you keep your actual account, and your wallet has your information showing your different moves and what you did and what you paid. When it is time for taxes, you can actually put that on there. So you don't have to really actually hide it. If you needed this to show when it's time for taxes, you could just let me know, because like I said, it's a place on your taxes that'll ask you, hey, did you do any virtual currency? So we say yes. And once we say yes, that's when a whole bunch of forms come, and they ask us the different types. Did you purchase any large purchases? Is there anything in, particular you did? Did you get any business payments? So they will ask us that type stuff, so we can actually put that information in there. So, yep, that's kind of what will solidify it to make it more also real, because it's being taxed. And that's another thing too. Everybody was complaining kind of about, okay, well, I want to be able to use this crypto, and I want it to count in towards my income and towards all different things. So that's another caveat of it too. In order for it in America to count, it got to be taxed.
Okay. So, that's good. I'm just, now that I live abroad, credit is so different abroad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Everything is different abroad.
Everything. I walk into places now, and they're like, you breathe in, and they don't ask me for no proof of how much money I made. I can just tell them, and they're like, okay, well, here, pay us back. I'd be like, remember that Eddie Murphy skit when he walked into the bank and he was dressed like a white man, and he walked in there and like, oh, you don't have to fill that paperwork out. That's how you feel here. A whole different type of.
What questions do we need to ask when we are selecting an account? Oh, that is really good. So typically what I always tell people to ask is, depending on your business, it depends on what your business is and what you need. Because what I typically like to find out is, a lot of accountants are different. Like, I hang out with a lot of accountants, and we are so different. We're night and day. So you may typically not be able to work with me, but my homegirl that's an accountant, she might work differently, and it works for you. For example, with me, we have so many clients, we don't talk on the phone a lot. So I know a lot of clients, some clients are not okay with that. Some clients need a little bit more phone, like we do scheduled phone calls. So you can't really call our office and somebody really answer our receptionist an answer and direct the call from there. So for some people, that doesn't work for them. For some people, it does. So you basically kind of want to ask questions as far as to see, kind of how many clients you have in my expertise, how long have you been in the business? Just kind of, you want to see what your accountant basically knows and how your accountant can service you, because all accountants are different. Like I said, with me, we focus more on, my niche is growing small businesses and getting them ready to be millionaires and corporations and larger businesses. So during the pandemic, I think I have about 400 businesses on roster. About 127 of my businesses became millionaires during the pandemic. So I think you want to kind of pick an accountant that is where your business is, or if you're looking to grow, or if you're looking to do different things, just kind of look to see what their niche is, because we all have different niches. Yes, ma'am, Goddess Antoinette.
Thank you. I want to go back to what Goddess Amina was asking, like in a very practical, I need to go to the chiropractor and pay $30 for my care type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like regular everyday, I live by crypto.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying to have a log of expenses, like how do you actually, like, what's the process of that? And did you say it was going to be taxed or it's not going to be taxed? So my thing is like just regular practical living. I'm not talking about buying, art and all the just like regular everyday life. How does that work with tracking with the government and taxes and stuff?
Got you. So right now, everyday life, just doing actual buying things with crypto, doing services. Right now, they're not tracking any services. Right now, they're basically looking, like I said, for people that are trying to money launder and people that are avoiding taxes. So if you're taking your crypto and you're purchasing things and you're purchasing services with it, that is perfectly fine. That will not be taxed, and it will not trigger like anything from the IRS. But what I was telling Amina, if there are purchases or amounts that you need to be claimed on your taxes, instead of us clicking where it asks, where it says, because on your tax return, it'll ask us, how was the virtual currency used? Was it transactional based, or was it used to purchase, different things? Like they'll get kind of in detail. So if there's something in detail that we needed for your taxes to reflect, like let's say your business or something like that, that is when we would go in and we would tell, the IRS about things. Because I typically always like to tell my clients this. I'm very old school. We ain't gonna tell the IRS about stuff they don't know about. That's kind of like that's where I go with my clients. Like we not gonna tell, they ain't asking, we ain't gonna tell them. That I'm gonna keep that motto. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's beneficial to you guys. Because it makes no sense to put them into your business to the point where they're wanting all this extra money and it's not regulated right now. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Miss Consuela.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
So freaking good. Oh my God. It's so good. Okay, so, and after I raised my hand, you just said that last part that you said. So you may have already answered it in a way.
Okay.
I
We
am
can go with it.
I am so little in this. I mean, like, not even $1,000. Like, not even $500. Spread amongst a few of the crypto wallet venues. With what you just said regarding them probably not sending something until 2024, I've done nothing with it as far as taking anything out. I've only put a couple of hundred per and just left it there. It's less there than when I actually put in there because of the price went down now. Would be because it's just in my mind, I'm nobody. I'm not making any money. Would it be something to just wait until they started to send me something in 2024 to say,
Well, I really don't think they'll send you anything, only because you haven't hit that mark yet. Only time they're gonna send you guys anything is if you're doing heavy trading and they feel like something's going on. Like if you're doing at least like maybe 3,000, 5,000 trades during the course of a month or something like that, then that's when they're gonna look and they're gonna probably send you guys out something. But what they're doing right now is they're working on the honesty type system. They're looking for people to just tell the truth and be like, hey, I got a whole bunch of crypto just sitting over here, and they mad because it ain't working. So that's kind of where they are with it right now. So I don't want you guys to get nervous or pull away or, think that it's going to be this scary tax thing. It's not. They're really trying to figure it out, and they're just bluffing like kind of as they go. Honestly, what I think, because I have a degree in economics too, so I love to predict and say what they're going to do. What I think is eventually they're going to have to scrap the whole thing because it's deregulated and it's causing more paperwork than it is anything else. Because what's happening is if the larger providers stick with what they're doing, they're not providing your guys' records to the IRS. So that's where they're having the problem at. They're seeing the trade, but they're not being able to confirm it because they have to have that actual wallet confirm it, and they're not. So if they keep this up, then everything honestly will be perfect. And that's just me being a former auditor, knowing how the IRS works and just how tax law works. So that's kind of where we are with it. They're basically right now trying to pull things together to make it work. But if they don't have that actual third person, then it's not gonna work.
thank you.
And that's just us being real.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth.
I'm here for all of this goodness, all of this deliciousness. Thank you. But what you were just talking about though made me realize something else that I did not bring up this question, which is really the idea about when we were talking about staking or borrowing against your crypto. I have a friend here.
Mm-hmm.
I use that word very loosely. I know a woman here who has purchased property, several properties here, but she has borrowed money against her crypto.
Mm-hmm.
So effectively not touched her crypto, which is, close to $1 million or something like that. And she's just pulled out, here's $500,000 for this property. Here's $100,000 for this condo. And so she's bought 2 properties without actually touching her crypto. So she has an accountant, a lawyer that's in New York that is kind of guiding her. But I don't know what that is. But are they able?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. You want me to walk you through what happens in that situation? That's really good. Okay, so in that situation, what happens with that? Typically, if it's different properties, remember how I told you certain things would trigger the IRS. So that property actual purchase triggered the IRS. So by that triggering the IRS, she's not disclosed to give them the full amount of crypto unless she wants to. And so I'm pretty sure with her making this kind of money, she has a good attorney and a good accountant. So they're sitting down together and they came up with the strategies and they told her, look, you got these 2 properties. So let's not report this entire crypto wallet. Let's only report the amounts that you use to get the loans to purchase, or the money capital to purchase the actual properties. So in that turn, she would still not be able to be heavily taxed on the amount she does actually provide, because in theory, it's sitting still in an asset account. Remember how we talked about assets earlier? So they can't, by law, legally tax you twice on an asset. So that money she did not actually touch. But she still got that loan. And by her getting a loan, which is probably the reason why she got the loan is not considered income. So then in turn, you can take those loans and you can purchase property, and you would be able to show these properties as assets, which still would be taxed differently and not income. So that's actually a really, really good move. And it would take lawyers, it'd take a estate planner, because another thing too, I'm willing to bet you she has these assets in an estate. That's another topic for another day, because we want to put all our assets in the estate, because if something happens tomorrow, we don't want our kids in the parking lot fighting over our stuff. So she bought the whole thing. Yep. And guess what? So let me tell you what else that does. That gives her 2 other additional tax credits, because by her using the loan and by her not using money for that, she actually was able to get that full credit. So while it's not a refundable credit, if she did owe taxes or if she had anything with taxes going on, she has a credit that's circulating with the IRS. So yeah, that was a good move all around. So that is what good tax planning does. That is what good actual financial planning does. It does the full around circle. You want to be able to get a whole bunch of deductions and a whole bunch of benefits in a couple of different moves. Where is she reporting then? So she is basically reporting the purchase of the home, and she is only reporting the amount of currency that was put up for the loans to purchase the home, because you got to remember, they cannot fully see right now anything that's not being moved. So if you're not moving or if you're not touching anything, the bases are not reporting that. So you have to report that. Yep. So that's what she had to report, not the full currency, unless she wanted to. But I always advise my clients, if you don't have to show that, don't. Yes, Miss Tanya.
Thank you guys. I was trying to unmute it and it's acting mental. Okay, so Kim, what's your contact information, and do you have, like, I'm thinking about in sort of in the way of fees and everything, is it more of like a sliding scale, or is it, listen, whether you're a business, whether you're an individual, whether you're a corporation, all the fees maintain the same, and this is this?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you, Ms. Tanya. So yes, I'll put my information for you guys here in the actual chat for you guys. And we actually do quite a different few things. We have packages, because we actually service all clients. So we have like startup people, we have people that are kind of in between. We got bigger businesses. So we have different packages. And then we also have like a la carte services. Like I have people who tell me all the time, well, Dr. K, I'm not ready. I'm not quite ready to have all my stuff together. And I know it's a lot, but can I just talk to you every quarter, or can we meet and I ask you some things and we get some things together? So all of that stuff I actually do. So I'm about to type my info in here for you guys now. And so typically we are swamped like really year round, not just tax season. So I typically do better with email and text. So if you do call the office, they're going to kind of, urge you guys to make an appointment. So I tell everybody, email me or text me, or you can, if you already want to look on the website, do your appointments. So I'm going to put all my information here, and this is my work cell. So this comes directly to me. If you guys have like other questions or anything that you want to, talk about, or things that, you need help with, make sure you go on the website. There's so much stuff on the website that you guys can benefit from. I have budgets, I have NDA forms, I have podcast episodes where I talk about structuring your business. I talk about taxes for your business. I have blogs where I show you guys how to start doing expenses. I show you guys how to save for things. So it's all kinds of stuff that is actually on there. And let me see, okay, so yep, look, now I do have my personal sale, but that is for our elite clients. So you'll see that on there too. Those are for our clients that have a really high net worth. That is a really, really expensive service. So I'm just letting you know now. Yeah, so, but it's on the site. And yes, I do accept crypto. We accept up to 40% in crypto. I think I have to check and see, because I actually, I have a branding manager that does all of my website stuff. So I be saying stuff and it don't even be up there. So don't hold me on that. So I'll check to see, but I know we do accept that. Yes, I actually have a girl that does crypto retirement planning. She's out in Alpharetta. She's here in Atlanta with me, and her team is so bomb. I actually can get you their information as well. Is there any way to get into the crypto game that is immune to IRS involvement? Not that I know of, because they're working really hard to get their hands into this. So they're basically really trying to get into making sure that crypto is now something that they get a stake in. So I kind of doubt it, but as of now, they don't have a whole bunch of stakes. Yeah, they kind of spoiled it already. Hi, Miss Robin. Yes, ma'am.
There we go. All right, here we are. Sorry, I'm in travel.
Oh, you're fine.
But anyway, my question is, how do you decide like the quantity of, if you're going to get paid in crypto for services? How do you start to think about how much crypto for your service do you get paid? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I definitely get it. So that would be we would do what I call a tax consultation. So we would basically sit down and we would just look at your actual business. We would look at how much you make, your service charts, your pricing, and then we would actually see how much benefit, how much crypto you would actually benefit from accepting per service. Because like I said, with our company, we accept up to a certain amount of your bill in crypto. Then I know certain people take certain invoices in crypto only. So we would just kind of talk some different options through with you and kind of see, what, you would be comfortable with, and just kind of what made sense for your business structure and your business model. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking?
I do all the things. So I'm a yoga trapeze instructor. I'm a life and health coach. Mm-hmm. I'm also a professor and a personal trainer.
Okay, cool. All of those things, I actually do think taking crypto would actually be very beneficial, especially if you're doing anything online. Because I got a fitness girl that's online, and she accepts crypto, and that's really big for her. So she accepts so much that she typically always transfers hers to fiat currency, where now her crypto is actually more than, the regular currency. So that would be beneficial, especially for that one. Anything that you have online, I would definitely think that some sort of crypto would be acceptable.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did I miss somebody? I think I saw another hand, I think. Let me see. Did I? Or maybe I didn't.
No, I think that's it for the hand. Okay. This has been so informative in so many ways. So I just, first of all, I can't pour enough gratitude over into you for saying yes, for showing up.
Of course.
For doing all of this, and I'm just really excited to.
Our weather is horrible here, y'all. Y'all hear that? I'm sorry. I didn't know if you heard it.
What's happening over there?
Oh, it's storming over here, girl. It's been bad weather all day. I've been working from home though, so it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't miss that. I do have to fly into Georgia next week, so I hope they pull it together. Yes. But I hope that hemisphere gets it right, so I can come home and keep it moving. But I am so grateful for you and your knowledge and your expertise, you learning and continually staying on top of the game, standing out and above all the other folks. And I look forward to working with you. And that's all I got. I just want to say
thank you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, I have one more special thing for you guys because you guys were so amazing. And this is International Women's Day. So if you guys want to go ahead and book sessions, if you guys start booking Monday, I'm going to put a code in here for you guys. So if you guys use this code to book, then you actually will get 30% off your first consultation. So you guys put this code in and I will see you guys in consultations. Whether it's tax, business, whatever it is, put that in and you guys can save.
What's the code?
Oh, Goddess. I put it in there.
Goddess. Oh, there you go. Code Goddess. Yes, I'm with it.
So you guys put Goddess in there and you guys will receive nice savings. And just go on my website, book if you guys have more questions. We can have detailed one-on-one conversations and go from there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
This has been so good. All right. Everybody, this is it. We made it through a whole day. It is almost 7 o'clock for y'all. We have been going since 9 a.m. We have put in some work today. So, okay, yes, going on 8. It was 8 p.m. for you. All right. So we did it though. We made it through. We put on our lingerie. We moved around. Coach K, I saw you in that color, and I just want to tell you the peach that you had on earlier. Wear more of that. It looks so good on you. And so I just want to thank you all for showing up and just being here. So let me go ahead and fix this. So before I do anything else, I want to invite everybody to unmute yourselves and take a deep breath in with some loud open mouth exhales. Let's try and do 2 for 3, just all together so we can hear breath. That was a lot of information. I want to send a special hug and love to Sani, to Kinsey, to you, Rebecca, to Olivia, and to you, EJ, all who have really been really super supportive so that we can pull this off. And pulled it off, we did. So I am so grateful for that. Gang, Goddess Gang. We'll continue to update the Facebook group and the Kajabi group with information. So just a lot of this information, it takes a little bit for us to all process and get through, but we will get through it, and you will be connected with more experts, and you will not be afraid. Say that, I will not be afraid to learn about my currency. I am empowered when it comes to my abundance. I call forth abundance to me, and it comes to me easily. This too will come to you easily. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So that's all I have for y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. I will be in touch. If you want to unsubscribe, you can. I don't email that often, but you won't hurt my feelings if you're overwhelmed by emails and you don't want to have extra stuff in. Thank you for being a part of this amazing day. Happy International Women's Day, and I will see you all very soon. Yay.